Have you ever had one of those conversations with your wife where you're trying to help, but somehow everything you say makes it worse? You start with good intentions, but 5 minutes later she's upset, you're frustrated, and you're both wondering what just happened. It's one of the most common struggles married men face. We love our wives, but sometimes it feels like we're speaking two different languages. Here's the truth. Most communication problems in marriage aren't about what you say, they're about how you say it, when you say it, and what you actually mean underneath the words. The good news is, communication is a skill. And like any skill, it can be learned, practiced, and mastered. So in this video, we're breaking down 7 communication secrets every husband should know, simple, powerful principles that will help you talk so your wife actually listens, connect on a deeper level, and stop turning small disagreements into big blow-ups. Let's get into it. Secret number 1. Listen to understand, not to solve. Men are natural problem solvers. When our wives tell us about a bad day, our instinct is to fix it. But often, she's not looking for a solution, she's looking for a connection. She wants to know that you care about how she feels before you care about fixing what happened. Here's a common example. She says, "I had a terrible day at work. My boss was all over me again." You jump in with, "Why don't you just tell him off?" Or, "You should look for another job." But what she hears is, he doesn't get it. He's not even listening. Next time, try this. Pause before you respond. Say something like, "That sounds really frustrating. What happened?" Or, "I'm sorry you had to deal with that." Let her finish before you offer advice. Most of the time, once she feels heard, the problem starts to lose its power. Secret number 2. Timing is everything. Even the right words can land wrong if your timing is off. Trying to talk about a serious topic when she's stressed, tired, or distracted is like trying to fix an engine while it's still running. You're just asking for sparks. If you need to bring up something sensitive, pay attention to her emotional state. If she's rushing around or upset, hold off. Say, "Hey, can we talk later when things calm down? I really want to hear what you think." That small bit of timing can completely change the tone of your conversation. And it works both ways. If she wants to talk when you're wiped out or irritated, it's okay to say, "I want to give this my full attention. Can we talk after I clear my head for a minute?" That's not avoidance, it's maturity. Good communication is about choosing the right moment, not just the right words. Secret number 3. Speak from how you feel, not what she did wrong. This one's tough for a lot of guys because when we're frustrated, we tend to lead with blame instead of vulnerability. Instead of saying, "You never listened to me," try, "I feel like I'm not being heard when I talk about this." That small shift takes the edge off and makes her less defensive. Here's why it works. "You" statements put her on trial. "I" statements open a conversation. They tell her how her actions affect you without attacking her character. For example, if she's been distant lately, instead of, "You've been ignoring me," try, "I miss spending time with you." It's honest, it's disarming, and it invites connection instead of conflict. Secret number 4. Validate her emotions even when you don't agree. You don't have to agree with how she feels to acknowledge that she feels it. If she's upset about something that seems small to you, resist the urge to downplay it. Saying things like, "You're overreacting," or "It's not that big a deal," might seem harmless, but they make her feel dismissed. Instead, use validation. Say, "I can see why that would bother you." Or, "That makes sense. I'd probably feel the same way." That simple validation builds emotional safety, which is the foundation of trust. When a woman feels emotionally safe, she opens up. When she feels dismissed, she shuts down. And that's when communication starts to break. Validation costs nothing, but it pays off in closeness and understanding. Secret number 5. Learn her communication style. Every woman communicates differently. Some want to talk things out right away. Others need time to process. Some are emotional expressors. Others are thinkers. One of the best things you can do as a husband is to learn how your wife communicates and adjust accordingly. For example, if your wife needs time to cool off after an argument, don't chase her down the hallway demanding to finish this now. Give her space, then circle back later with something like, "I know that got tense earlier. Can we talk about it when you're ready?" That shows respect for her process. If she's the type who wants to talk right away, Make an effort to stay present and engaged instead of walking off to avoid the tension. The goal isn't to change her style, it's to meet her where she is. That's how you create a rhythm that works for both of you. Secret number 6. Don't underestimate in nonverbal communication. The way you look at her, your tone of voice, your body language, they all communicate more than your actual words. You can say, "I'm fine" with a sharp tone, and she'll know you're not fine. You can say, "I love you" while staring at your phone, and it won't mean much. If you want your communication to connect, align your tone and your body language with your message. Look her in the eyes when she talks. Put the phone down. Nod. Lean in. Those small signals tell her, "You matter. I'm here." And remember, silence can communicate too. A quiet moment of holding her hand or sitting close after a tough conversation can say more than a dozen explanations. Communication isn't just about talking, it's about connection. Secret number 7. End conversations with clarity and care. A lot of arguments drag on or repeat themselves because they never actually end. You talk in circles, emotions cool down, and then the same issue comes back days later. To break that cycle, make sure you end conversations with clarity. That means you both understand what was said, how you each feel, and what the next step is. You don't need a perfect solution every time. Sometimes it's just, "I get where you're coming from, and I'll think about what you said." Or, "Let's revisit this tomorrow after we've both had time to think." And don't underestimate the power of care. After a hard talk, do something small that says, "We're okay." A hug, a reassuring touch, even a simple, "I love you." It helps close the emotional loop and reminds both of you that you're on the same team, even when you don't agree. Now, let's recap these 7 communication secrets every husband should know. First, listen to understand, not to solve. Second, choose the right timing for important talks. Third, speak from how you feel instead of blaming. Fourth, validate her emotions even when you don't agree. Fifth, learn her communication style and adapt to it. Sixth, pay attention to your nonverbal cues. And seventh, end conversations with clarity and care. When you start practicing these consistently, something shifts. The tension starts to fade. The defensiveness drops. Conversations that used to turn into arguments start turning into moments of understanding. And that's when you begin to feel like partners again, not opponents. Communication isn't about winning. It's about connecting. It's about building a bridge between two people who are constantly growing and changing. And as a husband, you have more power to shape that connection than you realize. Your words, your tone, your presence, they can either push her away or draw her closer. And the best part? You don't have to wait for her to change first. When you lead with calm, clarity, and care, it invites her to do the same. So here's the question. Which of these 7 communication secrets do you think you need to work on first? Like, comment, and subscribe to Stronger Together for more marriage and relationship advice for men. Because when you grow as a communicator, your marriage grows stronger. And that's what being a good husband is all about.